Well, hello everyone, Dog Walker Dave here. Over the last number of years, I've gone through a ton of GPS sports watches from all the different manufacturers. And I buy these with my own money. Sometimes I'll send them back to the manufacturer because just certain things don't work. Either I don't like the screen, or there's some software feature, or there's some missing piece of hardware. And sometimes I'll keep the device for quite a while. I'll end up selling it at a loss. There's never going to be a perfect device, but just trying to find a device that works best for my use case. Just over 2 years ago, Garmin released the EPIX Pro, or EPIX version 2, whatever they want to call it. On my channel, that's my biggest video with over 100,000 views. Now the subscriber to view ratio is kind of low, so if you're watching this, hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. I will continue to purchase devices with my own money because I want to give just it's my opinion basically. I'm not being swayed anyway by any of the manufacturers to say certain things. So I'm down to one device now, back with the EPIX Pro 51mm. So in a very short video, I am going to give the reasons why this is an exceptional watch, and the best reason is at the very end, just in my opinion. So reason number one, we have a 1.4 inch AMOLED touchscreen, could care less about the touchscreen display, a sapphire lens, titanium bezel. This thing is built like a tank. Reason number two, buttons, lots of buttons, 5 buttons. Most of the devices I've used over the last number of years, with the exception of Garmin devices, have 3, possibly 4 scroll wheels, all these different things. When it comes down to it, when you're out there with gloves on, mitts on, anything like that, buttons are the way to go in any device. That's just how I feel. Another reason why this is an exceptional device, you have the Garmin ecosystem, Garmin Connect. You can download maps on it, full turn-by-turn mapping, turn-by-turn direction. Garmin has by far the best mapping experience on any device. Some of the other manufacturers are getting a lot better, but nothing can compare to Garmin's mapping on their devices. GPS accuracy is fantastic. I don't care about the optical heart rate on the device because I use an external monitor, whether it's a chest strap or an armband. Another reason is the battery life on especially the 51mm is excellent for an AMOLED device. Sure, the Sunto Vertical might get you a little bit more battery, but when I had mine, it wasn't exceptional. You can also get the 47mm. It doesn't have as good a battery life as the 51mm because you basically just got a bigger device. Another reason why many of the devices fall short in one or more areas as far as hardware, software, it has a built-in flashlight that is simple to use. 2-button, top left-hand side, press on, 2-button, off. Simple as that. And the last reason why this is an exceptional device in late 2025, currently on Amazon, that's where I picked up this 51mm variant. In Canada, it is $699. The 51 is cheaper than the 47. The 47 is about $70 or $80 more, I believe. I think it's $679. That is an incredible deal. And I am not a Garmin fanboy, not an Apple fanboy, Coros. I am not wowed by any manufacturer, but for $700, if you look at the entire package for this, yeah, it's 2.5 years old, but it has, for me, everything I need in a GPS watch. It's really hard to beat that. To move to the Fenix 8 or the 8 Pro, you're looking at, I know the Fenix 8 is currently on sale, but it's still $500 or $600 more here in Canada. And don't get me started about the 8 Pro. For the 8 Pro, cost-wise, this is almost exactly the same device. Sure, you do not get LTE and satellite connectivity. You don't get a speaker, you don't get a microphone, you don't get DI functionality. But for this at 700 Canadian, the Fenix 8 Pro 51mm version is more than double it, easily double this price. So for that, you could have something like this. You could have a Garmin InReach. You could pay for the Garmin InReach subscription for a couple of years. You could have a new pair of trail running shoes, and you could throw a Morton gel in and a fancy coffee at Starbucks for the price of a Phoenix 8 Pro compared to the EPIX Pro. That's why this is, if you can find it on Amazon, everyone, I know here in Canada and the US, they have some good Black Friday sales on. It's really, really, really hard to beat something like this for this price. Thanks for watching, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, if you didn't hit that subscribe button, now's the time to do so while quantities last. Get outside, and thanks for watching.